Welcome back to another exciting edition of Rake Your Position, where four lifelong friends are trying to figure out this podcast thing still. I'm Aaron, the host.
I'm Joe, the groundskeeper. On this day, 453 years ago, Bartolomeo Cristofori came up with a piano. He had two options for names. Glad he went with number one.
That's just the same joke you made
Yeah,
before.
you said that joke like 4 pods again.
It is still good.
Oh man, we're already recycling jokes here. I'm Jamie the Rover.
We're done.
And I'm Corey the Stat Man, and I'm a concert poop no player.
Well done. Well done. So are you a
Nice.
poopist?
Yeah, I am a poopist.
There, we fixed the
Man.
joke for you, Joe.
Hey, I start it and see where it goes. That's
Wonderful. Well, on that note, we are here for another round of predictions. Since we got all the AL predictions right, or at least Corey and I did, we're going to move on to the NL predictions this week.
Wait, back it up. What is that? What is that supposed to mean?
Corey and I had the exact same predictions except for one.
Oh yeah, you guys are boring. Got it. Go ahead.
Or we are right, except for one. So we're doing NL predictions, which I'm excited for this. You know, we've got some Cardinals and Cubbies on here. So this will be a little hotly debated, probably a little contested in the NL Central. So I'm looking forward to it. But Corey, before we start, why don't you give us a real quick recap of who we've got going out of the AL?
Oh, okay.
Give us that.
Yeah, I didn't know. You're just like lingering and lingering and lingering.
yeah.
It's like, what do you want from me?
Corey,
It's like
it's in the agenda, dude. It's in the agenda.
No, I got it. I'm just gonna go through the division winners.
Yeah.
And then the
there we
wild
go.
card teams. So I'm going to go by person because that's going to be easier for me. I have out of the West the Astros, out of the Central the Tigers, Orioles in the East, wild card the Yankees, Rangers, Twins, with the Astros winning the ALCS. Jared has the Mariners, Royals, and Yankees as the division winners, and the Orioles, Astros. Wait a second, do I have that right? You have the Astros taking a wild card?
Yeah, I didn't want to pick them, but I had to.
That's
And
how
the
Jared picks
Rangers.
them. He just throws up in the air and whichever one lands first. All right, that one's division.
With the Yankees taking the ALCS. Joe has the Astros, Twins, and Orioles as division winners, with the Yankees, Rangers, Mariners in the wild card, with the Orioles taking the ALCS. And Aaron has the same thing that I did.
Except for
He has the Royals in the wild card instead of the Twins.
Yep. There we go. Astros going to the World Series. So we're going to go through the NL, and then we're going to give you our World Series prediction to close this out. And then next week, we'll be looking at our awards. So that'll be fun, predicting awards. And don't forget, guys, we still have a few spots left in our fantasy baseball league. It's filling up fast, so thank you all for those who've reached out already. We will be doing that during our recording time 2 weeks from today on Wednesday night around 8 p.m. So mark your calendars for that and try to join us live. It'll be like Joe said, our buddies at ESPN are giving us free access to their app, so we can do that 2 weeks from today. We'll be on the ESPN app, so get ready for that. We'll be sending out some invites to you all in advance. So with that being said, yeah, go ahead.
I was saying I'm going to send out some reminder text right now because I don't even know if I knew the actual date.
We may have Jeff Passan pop in on the recording. I can neither confirm nor deny that right now. But we've got some things in the works, some surprise guests. And also, I just want to let you know that your lighting looks great right now, Aaron. I think
Thanks, man.
It's
I'm
best I've
quite
ever seen.
self-conscious about it, so I'm glad.
It took a minute to get
working.
there.
It did.
That's why we were
The
15
A's really
minutes late.
popping. So with the A in mind, let's just I'm going to throw you a curveball. I think the East is going to be the most boring. So let's just start in the East.
Oh, the
Is that
Braves
me? Oh, that's
are-
me. I didn't
Yeah.
know it was me, but yeah. This is
Let's
probably
move
the least.
agenda around.
This is probably the least debated division, so I thought I'd just start there. So I've got Nats 5. They're still rebuilding. And then I got Mets and Marlins, battling out for third, but I think the Mets will be fourth. Marlins third. Marlins probably slightly above 500, but probably not very far. Phillies second. I got them around 90 wins, and then I got the Braves in first with 100 wins. And that's what we've got for my predictions.
That's the way the
That's the
cookie is
word the
baked.
cookie crumbles.
I
The
have the
cookie
same
crumbles.
thing. For my Eastern
my gosh.
Division, Braves, Phillies, Marlins, Mets, and Nationals, 1-5. Um, I do. I had a lot of trouble with 3 and 4, but I think the Mets pitching is just bad, 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 bad. And
Senga's
out
hurt already.
for
Yeah.
at least 3 weeks. He's not even throwing, so you figure another 6 weeks on top of that.
I mean, it's only a shoulder injury. Those usually
Yeah.
don't
No
linger.
big deal.
Yeah.
What, Jose Quintana is going to be the opening day starter, and he threw what, 5 innings last year? Maybe.
That's such a lull.
But,
I'm excited to see them second half of the year with some young guys potentially coming, but yeah, I'm with you. What do you got? Who's next? Jared, what do you got?
I think 4, 5, 4, and 3 are obviously the same for me. But you know what? You know what?
It.
I am not gonna be persuaded like I was last year and not pick who I thought would win the MVP, as Corey told me I couldn't pick it. And before we got on this podcast, I got called an idiot by someone else on this podcast for making this pick. So give me the Braves 2 and the Phillies number 1.
Who would call you an idiot?
I don't
That
know.
sounds like a
I'm
mean
not,
guy.
I'm not gonna say any names.
Oh man, Aaron, you were right when you said this was going to be the least exciting division. I don't know, maybe we'll all have the same because I do have the same here. Nats, lull of a team. They're going to be what 60, 62 and 100. I have the Mets in fourth as well, kind of like you said. They got some players in the lineup, but then you go to the rotation and it's like, is this a joke? I hope Diaz comes back. We were talking about him before the pod. He's pitching, and I don't know how he's looking, but I'm guessing he's back. So we'll get to see Tommy Trumpet, Tommy Trombone, or Tommy Pupano. I don't know what he's
Tommy
playing this
Tuba.
I think
year.
it's whatever. Yeah, nailed it. You must be another poopness.
I think Marlins finished probably a distant third, maybe around 500. They always seem to play well, irregardless of their low payroll. They just seem to at least be decent. Tim Anderson signed there. I think Fangraphs had him batting like 275. I guess he's gonna bounce back. I don't know. Maybe he does. Then I also have the Phillies in the second, the Braves in the first. The Braves are stacked. I mean, they'll probably win 100 games again, but I also think they had some monster years out of people who will still have monster years, but I think they'll regress slightly. And I mean, they're still gonna win. Still gonna win the East with 100 games at least, probably. Stacked.
Yeah, the Marlins are an interesting one because, Anderson had a horrible year last year. He's always hit. Defense, but he's better than any shortstop they ran out there last year, even if he's just okay Tim Anderson. If he gets back to all-star Tim Anderson, they got some. But they played well after the trade deadline of adding Berger and Bell to that lineup. So if Anderson hits 275 like he's projected to be with that rotation, that could be a fun team to watch. But yeah, the Braves and Phillies are just, in my opinion, way ahead of the Marlins at this point. But Marlins can pitch still. Ain't no doubt about that.
Yep.
They do have Sandy out all year, so that's kind of a bummer.
Still got a lot of guys though.
Yeah, they still got other options. All right. Well, thanks for letting me go to the East first. Get that out of the way. Now we can have some fun.
Let's go to the West. Save the Central for the last because that'll be the most fun. So, Jared, you want to kick us off in the West?
Sure. Number 5, San Francisco.
Oh,
Yep.
Curveball.
4, I got Colorado. Another curveball. 3, I've got the Diamondbacks. 2, Padres. And the Dodgers are going to dominate. Dodgers might win 150 games.
Can't dodge the Dodgers.
Can't dodge them.
You can dodge a Dodger, you can dodge a ball though.
I have heard that.
You put on your fifth place hat there, Corey. Who's up next? You guys are gonna have to tell me. I can't
You.
afford.
You're
I
up
can't afford
next.
the agenda. It comes with
You,
it's a
you
subscription
can't log
fee.
into the account. It's probably what it is.
No, I've told.
I haven't gotten a text lately.
I've been told whatever hat you have on, that's the team you have to put first. So, yikes.
I'd feel better about the Giants. So I mean, maybe we can talk about this later, Jay Lee. How do you not have the Rockies finishing last? Maybe we can talk about it right
Easily,
now.
I put them fourth.
Okay. And so I have the Rockies coming in last. I don't see anything there. I don't even know if they have a team, to be honest. But this one, I want to say it hurt me a little bit because it's not like this team struggles for fans or money, so they have the chance to put together a team. But I have the Giants in fourth. I just look at their team and their lineup, and like Logan Webb is the only guy I would take off their team. Everybody else is a quadruple A player.
I heard that
Aaron.
Hicks guy's pretty good. You don't want him?
No.
Starting.
8.2 walks per 9.
He's gonna get a bunch of them starting.
You look at the Padres. Yeah, no, they're going to start him. That's hilarious. I did watch. I came across a Instagram reel or TikTok or something of John Boy Hicks. Who is he throwing to? I don't know. It was a strikeout by Hicks, and his two-seamer is like starting at his hip and coming back across the plate like 3 straight times. Absolutely unhittable. But then, he walks the next 4 guys. Padres still have like quite a bit of star talent on their team, at least in their lineup. And, maybe some of the Yankees pitchers they got back do well. But, I mean, if they couldn't do it last year, why are they going to do it this year? So I have them in third. I think the top 2 teams, one of them went to the World Series and one of them signed everybody in the offseason. So D-backs second. I think the Dodgers will probably it'll be between them and the Braves who has the most wins in the NL. So I think the Dodgers will win, but will they win the World Series? More to come. That's my predictions.
Well, not much different from you there, Joe. I got the Rockies in last. I don't even know if he'll get 70 wins. I can't think of a whole lot of players. Chris Bryant, if he ever figures out how to hit a home run at Coors Field, that'd make a big difference, but he seems to be allergic to that place. I thought I'd go into this sneaking the Giants into third place, but their roster's got a lot of holes in it still. I do think Kyle Harrison, their rookie number 2 guy in the rotation, is going to be nice.
I was reading rumors this week. I was going to mention this. I forgot of. I don't remember what reporter said it, but they're still talking to Snell and what? Who's the other one? Chapman. There you go. I knew it was a hitter.
Yeah.
So I mean, does that push him into third? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. If they had those guys, I'd feel more comfortable with it. Because they got a lot of other pieces, just some holes there at third and the back of the rotation. So I got them in fourth, but I got the Padres slightly ahead of them in third. I don't think the Padres are going to be a 500 team this year, though. They don't even have outfielders right now besides Tatis. They're just throwing all kinds of non-roster invitees, and rookie infielders are going to be out there. Yeah, Joe's going to go to camp next week, so he's going to get some highlights in. Like they're planning on their star shortstop prospect being the opening day center fielder. It sounds like their infield defense is going to be stellar, but I don't know how much they're going to hit. Like Cronenworth isn't a first baseman with the bat, so their catchers don't hit. So I think they might get to 500, but I'm not sold on them. And so this is where we do differ. I do have the D-backs winning it. Again, I'm tooting that D-backs horn. I think they're a 100-win team. I got them having the second best record in the NL. behind the Braves. I got the Dodgers a couple games behind them. Diamondbacks have a better rotation. Their weak spots last year were third base and DH, and they added Suarez and Jock Peterson. So they're definitely going to get more homers over Longoria and whoever else they used. They brought in Pham last year at the trade deadline for a right-handed outfield bat. Well, this year they've got Grichuk for the whole year, so basically the same player. They added Erod to the rotation. So I just think everything, all their weaknesses from last year, they've improved. And plus Corbin Carroll's one more year older. So I've got D-backs 1. The Dodgers, man, they've got some nice names on paper, but I think they're going to have to go with 6-man, 7-man rotation a lot of the season to nurse these guys. And a lot of question marks in that rotation that I just don't trust. And their infield defense is going to be atrocious. Like, good thing they got Freddie, because Max Muncy, Gavin Lux throwing across the diamond is going to be bad.
The Diamondbacks have 3 pitchers, 3 starters.
They got 4 right now.
Well, they have 3 starters.
Are we talking about PFAT again?
He's talking about PFAT. I
am talking about PFAT. He pitched awesome on the biggest stage last year as a rookie. So now he's your 4th starter going to the season.
3-9 with a 5.72 ERA,
Look at his World Series
1.41 WHIP. Yeah, he also pitched in like 4 games in the postseason, so that's definitely something that you're going to hang your hat on there. Ooh, better rotation than the Dodgers.
Game logs.
Hey, Joe, Joe. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. You guys mouthed me all last year.
No, go ahead. I want to hear what you have to say to Joe.
No, I was just going to say, Joe, I got your joke for the next pod. It's saying that the Diamondbacks have a better rotation than the Dodgers.
Yeah. Okay. Yamamoto, we know nothing about. Glasnow will be hurt. Kershaw's already hurt. Bueller's coming off of Tommy John. Like, these guys aren't going to throw 200 innings. These guys aren't going to throw 150 innings. So they're going to be relying on a lot of guys to fill in.
4 guys that are better than Brandon Pfaadt that are as young as him or younger.
That aren't going to make 20 starts this year. So we're talking about a whole season.
They don't have to. Brandon Pfaadt. Yeah, you're counting them. You're gonna have to have Brandon Pfaadt throw 30 starts.
That's perfectly fine. That's what
I would rather have when you 8 guys throw 20 starts.
They're not going to have those guys healthy. The Diamondbacks will have a better season. Will the Dodgers be better in the playoffs?
I would rather have 8 Dodgers pitchers make 20 starts.
Diamondbacks. That sounds dangerous.
I would rather have 8 of those Dodgers pitchers make 20 starts each than the 4 guys from the Diamondbacks make 30 starts.
How many of those Dodgers pitchers on their roster have made 20 starts in the last season? How many have made 20 starts?
I don't know, dude.
Exactly. You can pick who you want.
You can't like, let me ask you this really unique question. I'm going to immediately say exactly.
Glasnow has done it once in his life. Kershaw has only hit 20 starts in his career. He never goes beyond 20. And they don't even know when he's going to be back. He's going to get maybe 10 this year.
And then 10 more in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They might be a better postseason team, but we're talking season standings. I'll take the young, healthy,
not near as much
Diamondbacks.
Depth. They don't have more depth than the Dodgers. What are you talking about?
Max Muncy is playing third base. Gavin Lux is playing shortstop. Teoscar Hernandez playing left field. That is going to be the worst left side defense in the National League.
Last year, Kershaw had 24 starts. Defenders. Bobby Miller had 22 starts. Tony Gonsolin had 20 starts.
Hey boys, we got a whole other division to get to here.
I can't wait till I'm going to just disagree with whatever Corey says, and I'm going to argue it no matter what. he says.
I haven't even done mine.
Good. We got a Cub hater.
I just want to say that I think with Cooney making those type of picks, my Giants being last pick looks way better than not picking the Dodgers to win the division. So thank you.
Yeah, I would agree.
You're welcome.
I have the Dodgers first. Diamondbacks second. The same thing as everybody else. Joe, you did mention you kind of felt bad about putting the Giants fourth, but that they have enough fans and they could put a better team on the field. And I just want you to remember that anytime there's some other conversations that we have about certain teams in the Central. But let's move on to that Central. And Joe, it sounds like you're raring and ready to go.
I want to
So,
change my
uh,
central picks now.
Give me your worst, buddy.
My first. Wait, let me talk for a second while Cooney changes his picks.
No, I'm all right. I'm okay. Diamondback up. Corey will be eating crow in 6 months.
So yeah, sweet. I mean, I do have a you know what I bring to the table.
PowerPoint. Woo.
Um, I'm trying to think of your great multimedia artists that have existed. I mean, there's such a list. Steve Jobs have
it's
been compared
just
to.
you. It's just you. The list is
Okay.
Joe, and there's no one
Okay.
else on it.
Well, pod co-host and viewers, close your eyes for a second. Still haven't figured out how to like share and not do everything. Corey, I'm looking at you with your eyes wide open.
Can I open them yet?
All right. All right. Are we good?
Yeah. Oh, look at these are much better quality pictures.
Yeah, there we go.
Great job.
So I'm excited. I put a minimum of 20 minutes of thought into this, which my 20 minutes of thought is somebody max effort thought for like 6 hours. So
There it
this
is.
is gonna be good. So in fifth place, and did I have these? Yeah, I had these guys in fifth last year too. I actually used a picture of like a random Halloween old man dressed up as a pirate, but this year in fifth place, I guess I just gave it away with the pirate talk. I have the Pirates, and I'll explain what this means. I added a little extra information here for everybody to see. So I have a picture here of what looks like a sinking boat, maybe a pirate ship sinking. Or is this a missile coming up out of the water with those flames about ready to just launch into outer space? And what I mean by that, 99% chance it's sinking, right? This baby's in flames and going down. But the Pirates do have some young players. And no, I don't mean O'Neal Cruz and Brian Hayes. They've already proved that they're going to be
Unable to
average
slide.
at best. But they could make a little noise, I think. By make a little noise, I mean give people competitive games.
Mitch Keller.
So yeah, they got some players that you would take off their team, and they got some young guys coming. Yes, Corey.
No, just Mitch Keller. I just wanted you to mention Mitch Keller.
Corey
He's
needs
just
you to
being
say his
rude some
name.
more.
I've said in the past that I like Mitch Keller. I mean, when you watch the Cardinals rotation last year, you pretty much like any pitcher ever. And then moving on into fourth place. This is the Milwaukee Brewers. Corey, you're going to be very surprised, to be honest. So number one, if you look at their logo, you'll see the ball is falling out of their glove. I hope everybody notices that.
I did until
and
now.
then
That's awesome. I was watching Optimus Prime over there.
Optimus Prime, the teddy bear?
No, that's what
He's holding
Oh, he's
Optimus
holding
Prime.
teddy bear. I didn't even
Holy
see that.
Optimus.
Well,
It's a
this
gift that keeps
little-
on giving.
basically the Brewers like lost all their toys in the offseason, and I feel like they're going to cry and not be good. They lost their coach. They lost their star pitchers. I think their lineup is weak. I think they're weak across the board. No, I don't care about the guys they picked up from this trade. Going to be trash, at least for this year. Fourth place, Milwaukee. And then we got a good slide coming up here, so I hope everybody's ready. We're not going to quite jump in. I have one slide before third, second, and first. So I have that slide because I feel like it's kind of going to be a Royal Rumble. Corey got in here because there was 4 people and I only had 3 teams, and I'm like, what other face do I put on this?
Perfect. I don't know who I am, but
I think
That's a good picture, Corey.
I think it's the honky tonk man.
the honky tonk man with those pants. Yeah.
that sounds right. Fits my
So
profile.
I
So do
really
we
think
guess from who's who, or are you going to tell us?
no, we'll jump in here, but I
All
just
right.
think even I mean I don't want to like obviously I don't want to like Cincy or the Cubs, but um Cincy played pretty well last year, and I guess let's just go ahead and jump into number three. So number three is Cincy. Um, if their pitchers took a better step last year, I think I really talked up their big three, and they kind of had meh average seasons, but the Reds had a good season, and I think if their pitchers would step up, not Andrew Abbott, he's trash. The other three guys that they have,
Is he
Oh,
related to Jim Abbott?
I yeah, it's his dad.
Okay.
He's he's Jim's dad.
that's what I was
Um,
wondering. Like, how he's Jim's father? Okay.
So I had the Reds in the Royal Rumble because I think if those pitchers took a step forward and everybody else kind of did the same or progressed because they have some young guys in the lineup, I think they could win the division. I think any of these three teams could win the division. So yes, there is several poop emojis coming out of their mascot, but if you notice, there's a crown on the poop emoji, so they could be poopy or they could be kingy, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
So they're
Uh,
poopists?
Isn't
no,
everybody
they're
though?
I don't know. Their organ player might be. We can have our buddies reach out there to the organ player. In second place, I guess I didn't even. I guess you can kind of tell who it is. In second place is the St. Louis Cardinals. So
Wow.
I replaced the actual red bird with a cardinal bird with gray hair. I think that's pretty obvious what that means. Um, and then one of my favorite movies, still, I'd probably put it in my
You.
top 10 movies. Does anybody know what that picture is from? Does anybody know what movie that's from? And you have to get both the franchise and the actual movie. Aaron?
That's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. You've chose wisely.
So good job. And I know we're going to have some listeners that know what that's from as well. That's easily the best Indiana Jones. It's amazing. I could watch it every day. And this is I don't know if it's the Knight Templar or whatever this knight's called. He's guarding the Holy Grail, blah, 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 blah. And if you make the right choice, you get like eternal life or fountain of youth. Make the wrong choice, you basically age rapidly and die. So that's a little bit how I see the Cardinals, at least with their free agent signings. Oh, wowzas, average age of 1 billion. So, do they have a year left in the tank? Some of them, we hope, at least the pitchers. Hopefully the hitters that they signed that are ancient don't ever get any playing time. And then the other thing, which is not represented here, is they need to hit on somebody they bring up because they have not for way too long. Somebody needs to step up and say, hey, I'm going to be an all-star or I'm going to do 30, 100, or maybe two guys because they got some guys in the lineup that could do that, I think. But with all the inconsistencies there, I forgot I still have another team to talk about. A team nobody likes. First place, I have the Chicago
Oh my
Cubs.
gosh.
Um, I just think they're solid enough all the way around. I don't know about their bullpen. I guess I don't know a lot there,
It's
but
good.
they're oh, okay. Well, thanks, Corey. Clearing that
I
up.
might drop it.
I think they're solid enough all the way around. They could finish second. They could finish third. Any of these top three teams. I'm just going to keep saying that could swap places, but I haven't finished in first. I hope they don't. My picture here for everybody who's not watching is their logo with a bear, and by bear I mean cub because they're a baby bear. It also has me with a bow and arrow on the top of a tree trying to shoot the cub because I hope they get fifth, but I homered them a little bit last year, and I homered the Cardinals a little bit into first. So I'm hoping maybe that bad mojo goes away, and we'll see what happens here. But
It's a good
sorry,
picture,
that was
Joe.
Thank you. I stole Corey's off Facebook and I took mine off Facebook. So
Oh, I'm gonna tell my wife you're
yeah,
creeping
yeah,
on her.
totally creeping on your wife's page. So I will stop share and I will pass it along to whoever
Thank you.
is
Joe,
next.
that's my favorite presentation you've ever done.
You're welcome, Corey.
It's all
I mean,
right. I'm still mad at Corey.
Well, it's not
All
my fault
right.
you're wrong.
So I have most of these teams falling from 80 to 90 wins. I think it's going to be competitive, but we'll see where I fall. I think the Brewers are still like an 80 win team. They always seem to do something. Now, if they sell off Adames, maybe not. I think they're one infielder short. I like that Ortiz kid they did bring over. I don't know if he's going to play second or third, but they're still an infielder short. But they got a decent roster besides that. But yeah, they might get to 500. I got the Reds slightly above 500, kind of like what Joe said. For as much hype and as much as people talked about them.
Is this your order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reds 4.
Yes. I just thought you were
Yeah.
just like talking about teams.
Oh,
Because you
no,
said
I'm going in order. Sorry.
the fifth place team is slightly below 500, and it's just a little.
Yeah, the first place
You're
team's going to be
good.
slightly above. It's going to
Okay,
be
you're
a
good.
battle royal with all 5 teams.
Five games between first and last.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty
Who's,
tight.
right.
who's that
I've got-
five-man Royal Rumble?
We've got, you got to have Hogan. You got to have Andre, although none of these guys are that big. So it's more like Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, La Parca.
Booker.
X-Pac.
No, Booker's too big. X-Pac, yeah. It's more like the cruiserweight here, not the lightweight division or a Rumble. So because I got the Diamondbacks and Braves with 100 wins, and bottom half of those divisions being bad. So the Central's kind of just filling up the middle of the NL. So Brewers, Reds. Reds got the highest ceiling and the lowest floor. Like they got the biggest variance, I think, out of any team here. I've got the Cubs third. These 3 teams, I kept going back and forth on what I was going to do.
I think I know what kicked you to have them third.
I actually wrote this down beforehand, so
Okay.
it was in ink. I got them slightly above 500. I'm not a huge Bellinger fan, and he was one of the luckiest players in the league last year. Advanced stat wise, they don't have a third baseman yet. I'm not a huge fan of the rotation. I think the rotation pitched out of its
Aaron.
mind. Yeah.
You know what they say about luck, right? Tell them, Jay.
You're lucky.
You can't teach speed.
That's right.
Oh, he's going to be playing first base when Pete Crow Armstrong comes up. I don't know. I think the rotation pitched out of its mind last year. I don't think any of those guys are that good. And if you look at the Cubs and Cardinals, I would take Swanson over Wynn, but I think the Cardinals are better at every position. So I got the Pirates second. I got the Cardinals winning. I think the Cardinals might get to 90 wins. Might. But yeah, they are the old guys, but I take Goldie over whoever's playing first. Yeah, I would take Walker over Suzuki. Cardinals got depth. We'll see if the old guys hold up, but I like Walker. I think Victor Scott and Mason Wynn are both going to come up and do some things for the Cardinals and give them some energy with some speed and some defense that they've lacked. So I'm going Cardinals 1, Pirates 2. I think you're going to see Paul Skeens very quickly, and they got a bunch of other pitchers coming. And a decent lineup. Cubs 3, Reds 4, Brewers 5.
Boy, you got some opinions today, huh?
Hey, you started it.
Well, you said the dumb thing, so you technically started it. Anyway,
I can see anybody win the Central. Like it's completely.
well, I just
possible.
like I mean, I have some issues with your Swanson's the only person that's better at a position than the Cardinals, but
Jan Gomes over Contreras.
Nico Horner is a vastly superior second baseman than whoever's going to play second base for the Cardinals.
Yeah, but him and Donovan hit the same. Man,
Well,
Vastly?
Donovan's playing.
What do you mean by
Donovan's-
vastly?
I mean, Nico Horner is I mean, like
Oh, he's got a gold
the
glove.
Grand, like
Nobody
Nico
cares about
Donovan's
Horner,
him.
got
Nico
a-
Second
Horner's
base.
on top
Donovan's
of the
got a
Grand
gold glove
Canyon,
too.
and Donovan's at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
They both got gold gloves. Neither of them hit homers. They both
Donovan's-
should make a lot of contact.
Donovan's got
type,
sweet hair though.
They're
type
the
that
same
name
player.
in, Corey. You're gonna be surprised.
They're the
I
same
know who
player.
Brandon Donovan is. I don't know how to spell it. How do you spell Brandon?
It's
His last name.
Brendan, so you don't know him.
Brendan? Okay, you're right. I'm just a big old dum dum.
Just check his hair.
Christopher
all you gotta do.
Morel over Arenado? Nope. Suzuki
Who's
over
playing?
Walker?
Who's playing
Nope.
left field for the Cardinals?
Lars.
Okay, I'll take Ian Happ over
Yeah.
Lars.
Lars
Fine.
gonna
I'll
have,
probably
Lars gonna have a big season.
Saya, I'll probably take over whatever Jordan Walker's done so far. Center field right now is an infielder. I'll take PCA or Cody. But
Pete Crow or Armstrong, more like Peter Raven leg week.
like Peter Raven leg week. Anyway, in fifth, I have the Pirates. I don't think the rotation's very good outside of Mitch Keller. They picked up a couple guys in Martin Perez and Marco Gonzalez, and they're gonna get rocked.
Can you say scrap heap?
That's yeah,
Cardinals? Oh.
you and me on the same page. Brewers in fourth. I just don't think they've got pitching. Like even their depth pitching they traded away. I do have the Cardinals coming in third because I think their rotation is garbage. And I think their position players. Do you know? Here was a fun fact I saw. When Nolan Arenado was traded to the Cardinals 3 years ago, he was the 9th oldest player on the team. 3 years later, now he is currently the 10th oldest player on the team, or 10th.
That's sad.
So he has gotten younger on the team over 3 years. And I just don't see these guys being effective. Sonny Gray, I really like Sonny Gray, but bringing in Kyle Gibson and Lance Lynn, I think almost moves the needle in the opposite direction for me with this team.
It can't get worse than last
Compared
year.
to last year,
That needle was flatlined.
Lance Lynn gave up an almost record amount of home runs, and Kyle Gibson led the
he
league
would
in
have
hits
been. He
given
would have
up.
been our number 2.
Yeah, he is a big old pile at number 2.
He's a poopist.
Yeah. So then I've got the Reds in second in the Central. I think that they're a fun young team. I think they're a significantly more fun and better young team than the Pirates. I think their position player depth is great. I think their pitchers can be good. Obviously, that leaves me with the Cubs in first. Statistically, last year they were the best team in the Central, and I think they're a better team than they were last year. If you look at their Pythagorean records and their base run records, they should have performed much better than they did. I think their pitchers are good. I think Justin Steele is very good. We'll see what Imanaga does, but he's an interesting guy to watch, and I think they've got some young guys that are there in Jordan Wicks and some guys that can come up and fill gaps. They're a very good team, and they have very good high minors depth that if somebody goes down, they can bring
That's
people
like
up.
my coffee, bold.
Okay. That's fine with me.
You picked the Cubs also.
I didn't say they were. I didn't say very good multiple times during my description. That's insane.
I said the Cardinals win by kind of TKO, not knockout.
They've got a guy, their first round pick from last year could play third base, and he just hits. And I don't know, he probably won't play that good of a third base, but you play. I've heard that once or twice. But I've argued enough for my Cubbies. So Jared, let's take this discussion home. Get some level-headedness here.
No. Come on. I want to hear this.
Bring the heat.
Pirates, Brewers, Reds, Cubs, Cardinals.
Pirates, Brewers, Reds, Cubs, Cardinals. So 2 Cardinals and 2 Cubs coming out of the Central, huh?
Jared, can you please expand on those, at least the first two for us? No, I think you should.
No, it's
I think you
it's
should.
the same. It's the same argument over and over. So
No, why did you pick the Cardinals?
I picked them because they're not going to do as bad as they did last year. They were projected to win last year too. So and if they
I
do
like it.
do as bad as last year, then we got big problems. So kind of excited for either option.
Something's got to change either way, right? All right. So who's going to take us over the wild cards?
I'm slated for that. Just what everybody wants. Hear me talk more. Phillies, D-backs, Marlins.
Phillies in the one spot. You do that in descending order.
Yes.
Phillies,
In order.
D-backs, Marlins.
Yep.
What do you got, Jared?
I went Braves, Padres, Diamondbacks.
Here's where I go a little ham, I guess. I'm gonna put the Cardinals as one of the wild card teams, and then D-backs and Phillies.
Like it.
Can I do that? I can do that, right?
So I just
Mhm.
wrote down wins as I was doing this, and it came out. I've got Dodgers at 95 wins, so wild card. I got Phillies at 90 wins, so wild card. Then I had the Pirates at 88 wins, so wild card Pirates, baby.
Gosh, what a
I don't like it, but I'm
Is
going
Mitch Keller winning like 45 games?
Paul Skeens is going to. So the only option would be to switch them with the Cubs, and I ain't doing that today. So Pirates it is.
all right, Jared. Who's winning the
Yes.
National League?
The Philadelphia Phillies.
Who's up?
Joe. Joe.
Back to back in LCS. Going back to the World Series. Lose. Diamondbacks.
Nice. I've got a rematch of the 2021 World Series in the future. I got Braves going to go play the Astros.
Jared, you're a genius. I wore this shirt for a reason.
I saw it. Nice.
Phillies. Going back to the World Series. The Braves can't beat them.
Yet.
Or ever. And they've got
In my bracket, they lose the Dodgers anyway, so the Braves don't have to beat them.
I think they've got a better 4-game roster than anybody. Ranger Suarez is a bad man in the playoffs.
Yeah, that dude's crazy. I don't what he's doing. Oh, Joe just had something on. Like, don't look at me.
You still does.
Rewind it. Rewind it.
You look like you're trying to not poop on your shoes.
I'm
All
playing
right,
the
so
piano.
we're going to the World Series then, Joe. You had Diamondbacks and who do you have the AL again?
Tell him, Corey.
Diamondbacks versus the Orioles.
Oh, okay. I know what he's wearing.
You know,
Did it really come through?
well, that was a perfect call of an Oriole. What I did was actually before this, because I knew this was going to be my last two teams, I caged both a live Oriole and live Diamondback. Guess who came out on top, listeners?
The bird?
The
Well,
bird.
the snake's not going to be on top, so I mean that makes sense.
The bird was eaten, killed and eaten, but the snake choke died. So
A goldfish goalie.
So I called it a win for the Orioles, baby. And
Nice.
I got the I don't know who's gonna win, but I picked Baltimore. I mean, I've always been a fan. They're basically my second favorite team.
Oh gosh. I got Braves. Braves over Astros.
Wow.
They were the best team last year and choked. I got them avoiding the Phillies in the playoffs, so they don't have to worry about them. They can beat everybody else. And they're just going to be better this year. Chris Sale and Jared Kelenic are better than anything they threw out last year. So, Braves.
But Chris Sale's going to make 30 starts for sure.
Don't need to.
That's what I just tried to say about the whole Dodgers rotation.
But the Braves have other guys that will. The Dodgers have nobody that will make that many
they
starts.
have 8 guys that can make 20 starts. Oh my gosh. I got the Phillies winning the World Series.
Keep trying,
Jared.
Philly. Ain't gonna happen.
I'll take the Yankees.
Ooh.
That's fun. So we've got
We all have somebody different.
we do. Got Yankees, Orioles.
Jared,
Phillies,
did you
Braves.
have the Yankees
all on
last
the
year?
East Coast?
Or did I have the Yankees last year?
I think you did.
I think I had the Yankees last year.
Yeah.
Yankees over Padres.
Well, at least you had AL versus NL. I mean, that's
That's
always
true.
it's always a
I
start.
was almost gonna make that joke, but I feel like it's been beat to death.
So you also had the Astros in the World Series, though, Corey? Is that right this year?
Yes, correct.
That's the only similarity between anybody? Nice.
Jared and
I have
I
the
both have
Phillies
the
in the World
Phillies.
Series.
Oh, Jerry has Phillies still. So that's right. Nice.
Yes.
All right, guys. I like it. Well, we will see who are idiots and geniuses NL version by October. So I'll start making. Corey, what size shirt do you wear? I'll get you an idiot shirt.
Medium. Thanks.
Medium. All right, cool.
Medium.
Favorite
Yeah,
color?
it depends what
I'll
my
get-
uh,
I'll
how
get you a
tall I am
Philly
on that day.
red. I'll get you a Philly red shirt with Dodger blue letters that says idiot.
I'd like to give a shout out to Shields for having this Orioles shirt on clearance.
Must have
Let
been a
me
return.
pick up something.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Also,
Jared's
what?
probably. Let's just floss our teeth in the middle of recording a podcast, Joe.
Oh, my
What?
bad. My bad. Hey, look how good my teeth look, though.
I'm
Sorry.
not doing
Half
that.
that tooth. I got a fake tooth because Joe punched me in the face once.
Is that true?
No. We lied. Never mind. Off air. Hey, that wraps up our NL edition predictions. So we'll see who's right because we actually had a lot of diversity on these. A lot of fun arguments and a lot of stupid arguments, which always makes for a fun pod. Any closing comments?
I would like to say thank you, listeners, for sticking with us till the end.
That's right. And don't forget,
Till
if you
the
want to be
end? Is
part
this-
of the
this the last
fantasy,
one?
get on it. I might be quitting.
Oh no, don't do that.
Wow. Whoa.
Whoa.
We're either
Hopefully
gonna
Joe's
get-
baseball team's not watching.
We're either getting firmed or we're about to get a lot more viewers here.
Have you guys never done a tricep extension? Why don't you guys hit the weight room like I do?
Well, I
Have you
have.
tried
Joe,
step extension?
Joe, I have, but normally my head doesn't go like that when I do it. So I don't.
You got to
Is that
get
a
it out
new-
of the way. I'm using
Stretch the neck.
55s back there.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of shout outs, I'd like to give a quick shout out real quick to Joe for becoming my favorite manager of a 12-year-old baseball team. So Joe, bring it home or don't come back at all.
Worst league decision ever at any level.
Or the best. Or they're
Did the
going to
parents
model
vote on that?
Yeah, so just in
coaching strategy
case,
off of his.
just in case any of those kids did make it all the way into the pod.
Price up
I don't know.
extensions.
I don't know all your names yet. I'm trying to learn them. We're only a couple practices in, but big shout out to you. I'll
What's your team name?
we are what are we? Like Big Game, I think is the name of the team.
Joe,
Give me a
are
second.
you actually the coach? You don't know the kids.
I'm gonna-
names, you
no,
don't
no,
know
no,
the
no.
team
Doesn't
names.
know the kids'
No.
names. Doesn't know. Every time he shows up, it's a different group of kids.
He's
He doesn't know what's
yelling
going
from
on.
Okay.
behind the outfield fence.
Well, for no I mean, I have to stay 100 yards away. What can I say? No,
Oh my
I'm-
gosh.
I'm an assistant coach. I'm not making any important decisions here, but
Thank you, Jesus.
yeah, wait, right here's
That-
can't
I can
see
see
that
that.
at all.
Yep.
Let me turn the light down a little bit. So right there, Big Game, 12U.
Nice.
Oh,
It's
and
not
now
that
you're
hard
just,
to learn.
and now you're just an assistant coach? Like when you texted us saying you were the
Yeah.
coach.
He oversold it for sure.
Also, what happened to my lights?
I know, you just killed it. The pod's like, get him out of here. All righty, guys. Well, that finishes us up with a NL prediction show. Go Braves, chop on, and don't forget to
Rake.
Rake.
I'll edit that. I'll cut that
Your-
gap out.
No, keep
Possession.
Cardinals wild card.
We bragged.